officers. That's it. But
1 sec.
I just walked past him. And I walked into the shower. When I walked into the shower, it was steamy. You know, like steamy. I remember it was steamy. And then I was holding the door, and then the door shut.
Sub up, love up, anyone who can.
When you go in the shower, there's a cubicle there.
I don't even know how
Not
to
a cubicle,
put
like
that.
a big square. And in that big square, it's just like some sinks and a toilet.
That, but you know
and then through here, there's like a door here with no door. You know, that's a space of a door. You go through there, and then that's the shower. Yeah, and it's a big square. And I've got in there now. When I've got in there now, these motherfuckers are taking their tops off.
Again,
Do you get what I'm saying? There's already guys in the shower already.
Struggle for explanation.
They're already in the shower, you know, like naked. You know, just showering up. And then there's a blockage in the shower. So it's like the water's not fully going, you know, through the drainage. So where it's not fully going through the drainage, the water
how do I put this down?
is around this high.
Like a puddle?
Yeah, like a puddle, innit? Yeah.
Oh, really? How do
Right. So these guys are taking off their tops. But
how?
When I thought they were taking off their tops because they're all gonna do me in.
I can't believe that I have to explain a certain something that I explained and cleared up with everybody the other day to a certain somebody. When it's all over the internet, I feel like I should have to explain it to someone who sees me on the regular, you know? I'm well aware I don't got electrocutors all over the place here. I'm well aware of that. Someone does. I'm well aware that it's not me. You know? I'm well aware the wiring is here, though.
Yeah, but they were taking off their tops because they wanted to get in the shower as well, yeah? But then this one guy, the guy Russ, yeah, he took off his top. And then when he took off his top now, like the whole of the shower opened up and they've created like a circle, yeah? And he's in the middle going, come on. You know, like in a boxing stance.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, bro, I might be able to win this if he wants to do boxing. Do you know what I'm saying? So we got in there, started, you know, like flicking them out. And then he tried to hold me. And when he tried to hold me, I could feel how strong he was. Do you get me? Yeah? And I didn't really want to be in that situation. Yeah, so
1 second, peeps.
got out, started fingering again. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to have to go for it. You get me? So I gave him a combination. And when I hit him, I saw his eye, you know, just bust. Like, just fully bust. And then it bust, and then it started to close. Yeah? So they're saying now, come on, Russ, Welsh power, get him.
Welsh power.
Welsh power, yeah, that's what they say. Welsh power. Yeah? So, and they're shouting. There's lots of them, you know. There's at least 20 people in the shower. There was someone there before.
Welsh power.
And you can hear all this Welsh talk. Come on, Russ. But I'm trying to talk to him.
This guy.
And I'm saying, Rush,
Bless him.
I know you don't want to fight because his face is kind of fucked, to get me, and he's a bit dizzy. I'm saying, you don't want to fight me. And he's looking at me.
Brother,
I know you don't really want it.
people still
See,
fight
I know you don't really want it, yeah.
Shall I even break
I don't
it
really
down?
want to mash him up. Do you know what I'm saying? I know now.
There's
you're
plenty
in here
of people of the
'cause you're
size of
ego,
people
but you're
going
in
at
here
him
now
will still
because of these
continue.
guys. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at him and I'm saying, Russ, don't. And then he just said, ah! So what I done is, when he done all that, I just stood to the side, I went bang, and he dropped again. So I went over him, and as I went over him, the only thing I remember is I woke up on my back, you know, in that first room, you know, the room before you get into the shower. I woke up and the officer was going,
It's not the same in every prison, bless this guy.
That's all I remember. So as I went over him, one of them put me in the sleeper. And that's what I remember. Do you know what I mean? But
doesn't really sound
next day,
realistic to the
no
point.
one
Oh,
gave me
mess
any
with the
grief.
guy who got put in the sleeper.
Which I was surprised about, because I thought, the next day he's going to go off, they're going to move to me. But then there's this next, remember I told you the black guy was called Oki? Yeah. There was this next guy called Ogie, yeah? But he seemed to be a top man in the Welsh side, yeah? He came to me, he came to my door, he said, yeah, no one's going to trouble you, bloody. And that was the end of it. After that, I got a job on the servery.
10 seconds for
visuals, there's this guy, his name was Mr. Richards. He was an Asian man. What he used to do is, I think he hated them,
Asian man,
the racist ones. So what he used to do is, when I was in the servery,
I could understand maybe an Asian woman back in the day in Britain
come past us, you know, like.
But Where's
He
he
used to
getting
make
his
jokes like,
Sony riches from as a fella? You get
Yeah,
me?
so I get freaks to punch
No,
you
I mean
up.
serious.
I'm
Back in the
thinking,
day,
fucking
are you?
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
fucking say shit like that, mate. Do you know
So
what I
maybe
mean?
you're sitting forward, have you been?
Yeah, I said, don't say stuff like that, mate. You get me in trouble, mate.
I thought that was only in like American jails, like the white brotherhood and shit.
No.
Exactly. Over in the UK, there
Trust
really
me,
ain't
you
all
get
this
interviewed
white
one of them guys
power,
one
white
day.
brotherhood
The one
shit
them
in
man is
jail.
skinny.
Fucking hell.
Mate,
So why did you get put in that prison? Was that
like,
for that to
modern
happen, do you
day,
think?
you mad?
Maybe because, like I said, on my record, I fighted officers, and when they see stuff like that and you go to prisons, they're always they're ready for you. So anything you do won't go under the radar. It will get
Bless this
noted
fella
down.
though. He's not exactly up
Because
to.
when I look for my records, all I've had through the
I
records
don't even
is
know how to put it.
he's anti-authority.
Yeah.
I've had that from young, but it ain't that I'm anti-authority. It's just that, remember, I've been controlled for so long, innit? You know, like, say from my...
Like a loose cannon.
Yeah, so I just keep rebelling.
Tell me this
against
then,
people
so
trying to tell me what to
when
do.
you went to that prison, every other prison you fought, the screws, you fought every day.
Yeah.
When you went to that prison, did you fight any screws?
No.
So it worked, basically. Do you know what I mean? Though? Because you've not got all your friends. You're not. Again, that guy you were fighting in the shower. He's been. It sounds like me. It's peer pressure. To go and do that as well when he doesn't want to do it. So if you're in the prison as well, maybe people know your stepdad.
It's Sundays today, right?
You've got to kind of live up to that hype as well. So if you
Someone
took
try
out
and
the
mug me
environment,
off it
then it's a case
about.
of, wait a minute, this is new. I need to adapt.
It's true.
So
What am I
it's fucked
reading
up, though.
it?
And how old were you then?
Sorry, peeps. I'm getting
as I was
distracted
coming
by
out
what's on my
of-
screen here.
There, I was probably around 17 as I come out of Portland. That was my first sentence. My mum picked me up from prison with my aunt.
How was your relationship with your mum at that time?
At that time, it was getting better because she wasn't with him no more. So it was just like,
I feel bad for this guy
should've
though,
been.
because
kind of, without him controlling everything that's been going on in our life.
man.
So
Some
we
of his
started to
stories.
get more son and motherly.
Build a bond.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, and everywhere, and anywhere I went to prison, my mum would always come and visit me. She's the one person I could rely on and that. Do you know what I mean? She'd send me money every month. She'd send me
Trying to get
stuff
into
in the
this,
post
I can just
CDs.
drop love for the likes, love for.
That's the one
whatever.
person I could say had my back.
Love
That's the
looking
one that's
in.
always there when the shit hits the fan, not the boys you've grew up with, not
None of them.
anybody else's.
No, I didn't
your
see none
mother
of them.
on it. That has to do the sentence with you.
Yeah.
So when you're 18, 19, 20, you were still in prison? Were you just getting moved about constantly?
So basically, I came out after my mum picked me up. Was living at home, and then what happened is I just got caught up in.
Right, this plonker here is
robberies
trying to
again.
con me
But then
about
same
I
robberies
spent
we was doing
£8
before.
on something I
I started
did
doing them and
yesterday.
then started smoking crack, basically.
Hey?
Started to go into all, like the name brand parties and just being around. Remember now I've got even a bigger name, after coming out of prison and doing all of that. So I've come out of prison, I tried to live up to that, i.e. drugs, clothes, parties.
Where was you pulling your money on, like, straight after you got out, though?
It's kind of been established.
Are you tired of it?
No, I wasn't. I was up for it, but there wasn't really any contenders at that time.
Contenders? Serious?
Yeah.
Wait, in jail or out of jail?
Everybody is
Got my
dodgy.
head spun.
Yeah, from north, east, west, or south. Do you know what I mean? So
North,
it was
what?
more of just
Nowhere in
get this
London.
money and look like you're making money kind of vibe.
Hey?
Yeah, so, but then within 5-6 months, I was back in prison again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so went back to prison for robbery, got 5 years, and came out when, and that prison sentence was probably nearly the same as that one, because in my mind, I was coming back out not to change my life, I was just coming back out to carry on with my criminal career. But this time, I made a mental note that I'll never smoke crack again. That's the one thing I've done.
What was the turning point at that moment?
Hey, see this one talking to me,
I
just
don't know, 'cause I think
realised
I used to smoke
that she
crack because
can't
it was
pull
cool.
off this
Because I saw my elders do
extra
it.
money yesterday.
But then by the time I got to,
Even though she tried to put that down.
because I think I was around 20 then, by the time I came out from my second sentence. By the time I got to that age, my elders, I haven't seen them for years. So there was no influence on them. I think it was just of me being in prison so many times and wanting something different. Because I said, yeah, that's what I said. I said I'd never rob again. I'd never do the robberies and I'd never smoke crack. That's what I said. That's what I made the mental note. So when I came out and there was hardly any money, when people were telling me to come on robberies, I said, nah, I'm all right, I'm good. But then what happened is my sister was going out with someone I knew called Tipsy. And he
was tipsy.
had basically the greatest phone line ever. You know, they say they call them county lines now. This weren't county, this was just in Camden.
Moving just in the
and
city.
It was like
that's not a county line, then, is it
10
really?
guys' lines in one. Do you know what I mean? Like
that's
this
just
this
a
phone
line.
Then
it's a line, isn't it? It's not a county
no
line.
Word of a lie. It
London.
could be make around $7,000 a day.
You know.
Every day.
Just 24/7.
Just 20. No, it's not even 24/7. It's 10 till 10. Yeah. And then he gives someone the phone for a night shift and charges them. Do you know what I mean? 5 bills. Anyone that's worked the night shift, you give them £500 and you can work the night shift. Right. But from that 10 till 10, 10 till 10, there's going to be at least $7,000 of cash going through your hands. Easily. Yeah.
7 G's?
So,
how many shots?
He told me, yeah.
It's a lot.
You can have that.
It's a lot.
You know what I mean? He said, I'm chilling out for a while. Me and your
Hey,
sister's
big
gonna
up for that sub, whoever hit
do
that
what
one.
we gotta do, innit? So,
mad love
I was doing that for a little while. But then what happened is,
cat visuals for the quick set.
we kind of, like, cause we had the line, we was able to control the prices of drugs in the community. You know, like people who want to buy things like ounces and stuff.
As if you're the only line.
So because we had the line making so much money, all right, just say you had a kilo.
Yeah, what of
and
it?
you bought it for 20,000. Just say that.
Alright, what of it?
Now I bought a kilo for 20,000 too, but I've got a phone line that makes me $7,000 every day. Yeah. So now what I'm gonna do is,
how are you gonna stop the other line from starting up?
You can't. You know, because of the line. So what we done is,
how's he come to that conclusion?
Ounces. Because you're only selling them for $650, I'm selling them for $450, but I can take the loss because I can balance it out with the phone line. Yeah. So you see that when we done that, we just thought that was a great business idea.
I don't think man's making much sense when you add up every factor.
You know what I mean? But we didn't know that at the time. We was just
I get he's saying he got monopoly, but
for us, innit? You know, we're men, we can do what we want. You know, that kind of vibe. Wasn't thinking about the rest of the community or anyone else. So once that kind of filtered down, a lot of haters started to appear, but we couldn't see them because we was in our own bubble.
And this is one phone line.
So
one phone line. I don't get how they were running that many shots.
Also started to
little 10s and 20s.
Get jealous because they wasn't reaping as much benefits as we was. Yeah. So
well, apparently they were reaping none. If like
people around you start talking to
it was one line controlling the whole of Camden here.
Yeah. So one day, what happened was my friend, you were talking about, who goes out with my sister. He phoned me because you see me, me and my friends, but I still mind my own business. He with my sister, and obviously with my sister, so your family, innit? Yeah. So they're doing what they're doing, but me on a day-to-day basis, I've got the phone.
This guy's story.
I'm not really hanging around with anybody. I'm just doing what I'm doing.
It's intriguing.
My workers, etc. So I just mind my own business. So he's phoned me one day and he said to me, "Yo, come and meet me now." I said, "Bruv, I'm working." And I know he's a man. If he gets complaints from the customers saying, "Oh yeah, they never had no this or they never had that" when I phoned up, he's gonna be angry, innit? Yo, bruv. That's what he said. He said the line's supposed to work like McDonald's. We're not supposed to be short of anything. If they come and they don't, if it keeps happening, you're gonna get sacked off the line, innit? So if he's telling me to forget the line and come and meet him now, I knew it was serious, innit? So I've come and met him now. Come and met him in a place called Canberra. Do you know what that is?
Oh. Yes.
It's in South London. It's not far from.
Not far from Bexley Heath, really.
See the front line where I told you my dad used to be. It's one straight road from Brixton. You go to Canberra. The Nando's is at the end, right on the
Nando's.
corner, top of Canberra Road. So I pulled up at the Nando's. No, but before I pulled up at the Nando's, he told me what happened. He said, "Oh, bro," he said, Reds, yeah, that was some guy that was hanging around with us, yeah, has basically took something of some people and
What? No.
And he's disappeared.
Products, money, what?
I said, okay, so what's that got to do with you? Do you know what I mean? Because obviously Reds is around us, but Reds is not your friend. Reds is your friend's friend.
Reds or Reds.
And he's from Bristol. So you ain't bring Reds around us, so that's not our business.
A man from Bristol come down and what?
But you see, because I'm so confident
or money or what?
In myself and my upbringing.
I don't mean to break it down so tough, but
I've realised there's people out here that can't make them decisions like that. You know, like, someone puts that to you, like, what's that got to do with you? Some people start thinking, raw, it might affect me because I don't want people to think. Because I'm around.
If he's in association with you and your clique, of course it.
You're always going to get that, but I haven't got time to think like that. Like, if I'm not involved in something, I'm just not involved in it. If I am involved in it, you're going to know I'm involved in it. Yeah? But some people around us ain't got the strength or the confidence to tell someone that's none of my business. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know, maybe you were scared of them when they were growing up and stuff like that. But I've never had to feel like that when I was growing up because of my stepdad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So my friend being kind of wary of people made him not make a decision for himself. He made it because he was a bit scared. Yeah.
We'll move on to the next topic.
After him and these guys had a meeting, he went to go with them to look for his friend. Well, not his friend, but you know, the guy at Reds. Because they said, yeah, we want the stuff back. And if we don't get the stuff back,
well, how else is the guy from Bristol nicked the
They didn't say that to me. Because these people are from my
He's
area.
not running the main line.
They'll never say nothing like that to me. But they said it to him. Obviously, because they know they used to go to school with him. Maybe they had some kind of fear over him or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So, as they finished the meeting, he was walking off with them. I said to him, bro, where are you going? What are you going to do? Go with them guys and look for your friend. These are the same guys that been hating on you for years. Forget them. You get me? I'm confident enough to say that. Yeah? He's in, yeah, true. So we went about our business. The next day now, some girl phoned me, yeah, that I used to go out with, who know girls out with my friend's friend, phoned me and said, are you going out tonight? I'm like, because we got every Friday. Are you going out tonight? I'm like, what do you mean am I going out tonight? He said, oh yeah, going out tonight. I said,
that's a bit shaky visual there.
He said, okay, I'll phone you back. I thought, right, that's weird. Because the last time you was at my house, I told you, I can't have you phoning my phone no more because I got a new thing around me, innit? And you keep phoning my phone. And that was the last time I see her, innit? And that was that same house where what I'm going to explain to you happens now. So after she asked me, am I going out? She said, yeah. I said, yeah. And I said to my friend, Rah, she just phoned me and said, am I going out? But forget that anyway, you get me? Forget that. That's what I said, forget that anyway, let's go out. So now, but that Reds guy, he's actually in our house with us. Do you know what I mean? It's me, Reds, and Tipsy, and Bugsy.
He takes his time, doesn't he, this guy?
We've gone out the house now. I walked out the house. As I walked out the house, I've seen, you know, like a beam, bright beams come onto me. Yeah?
Beams?
And then another bright beam came onto me across the road. So what I done is, I don't know why I done it, I just thought quick. I ran over to a bush, and I was getting something out the bush. And as I done that move, they just went, and they drove off. I sat back in the house and I thought, no one don't know where we live. Obviously that girl knows where I live.
Set up.
Yeah. And what I found out is, the guy that she was going out with, he's been giving information to them, to the other side. And when I said there's people around you,
I thought you said you lot was running
that
up
are more wary of them people, so they start,
but, you know.
They start infiltrating, so they come out of the trouble. So basically, he started giving them information to show them, I'm not with these lot. Do you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what he done, and he kept on giving the information, but somehow, by the grace of God, we kept on getting away. Yeah? But we kept on getting away. But then one day, because we kept on getting parties, and as we come at the parties, remember, we're high in that. We're not high off crack or anything. Sometimes we'd be taking a bit of MDMA
So if
we
you were
had garage
smoking
raving.
white, how was
MDMA,
you managing
champagne,
to
weed. And every time we come at the parties,
run it like that?
cars are pulling up and shooting at us. And we're just about getting away. So
Every time.
I just said to one day, I said, you know what? I'm not having this no more, innit? Like, forget it. So one day, I bought Uzi. I bought Uzi basically.
You bought a
I
Uzi?
think I paid around $5,000 for it. And
Oh Lord.
I got it and I put it down.
Right, let me put this so this
And I was
visual
just chilling at my
stable.
mate, Ashleen's house in King's Cross. And King's Cross was near Camden. So it was a like perfect
Was
little
me.
situation for me. And I could just go to her house, still make
I
money.
guess it's
blah, blah,
moved
blah.
lately then.
And I'm sitting down on the sofa one day, and I remember
God.
specifically, it said, it's the day of, what carnival? Was it Luton Carnival?
Oh shit, how am I gonna get this
I think it was
visual
Luton.
right?
Luton have
One
a
sec.
carnival, don't they? Yeah, it was the day of Luton Carnival. It was in May. And I was sitting down, and I said to myself, if anyone phones you today, don't go out. I remember saying it to myself, don't go out. Yeah, I remember I had the thing
No, but it's a very
parked
different area. Man's gone
behind
from
her cupboards.
Camden to
Like, she didn't even know it was
quite
in the
quick.
house. You know what I mean? It's just parked behind her cupboard.
Let me check this so that the visuals got this, but so that I got a straight visual for you.
But by this time, the reason I'm staying at her house is because Tipsy and my friend Maniac,
Is in the producer
by police, and they've.
Say hello to iPhone 16 Pro and
Sorry,
save
one second.
£288 in the
5
Vodafone Big
seconds.
Winter sale. Plus, save up to a further £372
No,
when
we
you
don't
trade in
want all
an
this
eligible iPhone.
nonsense.
Hurry,
We've all
this
got
deal ends
phones
the
already.
30th of January. Vodafone.
Come on.
Threw a gun out the window.
Right, so from
and they
here,
found drugs at one of his addresses. So they're already in jail. Yeah. So I'm thinking, right, it's just me out here by myself and my mate Bugsy. Yeah. So the flat that
let me
we
try
was
sort this so that it's
moved out of it.
out of
I stayed
damn
with that girls
thing.
at King's Cross. So I'm there now. Like I said,
working?
they said.
It's not, is it?
I said to myself, don't go out. As that phone call, as I said that to myself, I got a phone call. It's my mate Bugsy. He said, bro, I got my motorbike, let's ride out. Let's look for these guys, because obviously they've been to his house, put the shotgun through the door, and, you know, like, pull the trigger, you know, in his hostel that he was staying at. So he was kind of, you know, like...
Still not like that, is it?
We need to do something. Otherwise, these people are getting onto us, do you know what I mean? So he's come to look for me now. I've got in the back of the bike.
How does it help to do something like that, though? Oftentimes causes more drama.
You know, around the, I forgot what's called, you know, the stock? Well, the thing you put, unfold it and you put it under there. Yeah, I had like a bandana. Yeah, so I had a bandana over my arm, and I had to put the thing over my chest. You know, so on my back of the bike, so behind me can't see it. Yeah. So I was just riding like that. So we was riding through the whole of South London, South London, everywhere, looking for these guys, anyone connected to them. We didn't find no one.
But you want to kill people?
Yeah, at that stage, I did. I was furious. They shot up a car with my sister in it. I've had my sister crying. My friend Tipsy's come downstairs. He's been chased. I've been chased out of excess amount of parties. So in my mind, these people are trying to kill me, so I'm going to be trying to kill them.
Kill and be killed.
Yeah, that's how it felt at the time.
If they're popping
So,
shots, wasting...
Yeah, I'm just driving around
doing
looking
it
for
to
them.
waste ammo, are they? Do you know what I mean?
My friend Tipsy's come downstairs. He's been chased. I've been chased out of excess amount of parties. So in my mind, these people are trying to kill me, so I'm going to be trying to kill them.
Kill and be killed.
Yeah, that's how it felt at the time. So yeah, I'm just driving around looking for them, and then what happens is we're driving down a road. I think it's called Milkwood Road. It's in Brixton. Yeah, this is all logged by the way. Yeah, it's all logged. This is all normal stuff. Driving down Milkwood Road, and there's a girl that we know, and I stop. I said, yo, have you seen any of them guys? Yeah? She said, no, but be careful. And you, why be careful? He said, oh, because a lot of people are talking about you. Yeah? I said, okay, no problem. So as I've left there, I took a left, and I'm driving past my cousin's house, and I see a group of guys outside my cousin's house. So I'm thinking, right, is this them? You get me? So as we drew past, I pulled off my motorbike helmet, and as I pulled off the motorbike helmet, police vans pulled up. beside, you know, like, right behind us. So I just put the milk out on and just said, yo, Bugsy, drive. So he's drived, he stripped off the feds, but then he doesn't live far from where he was, and he said he had a car outside his house. So we thought, yeah, let's get off the bike and get into the car, because obviously the police are looking for the bike. So we got into his car now, and as we got into his car, it was a rental. I remember it was a rental. Got into the car, it's like a black Astra. Got into the car, and I said, and I've looked into the rear view mirror, and I said, bro, take your, you know, I saw his bike light on still. I said, get your bike light off. You see, as soon as I told him to turn his bike light off, he stepped out of his car, and as soon as he put his foot on the pavement, all I heard is, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, raw. I looked into my rear view, into my wing mirror, and I'm seeing like 2 or 3, I can't remember. It's definitely no less than 2 guys in balaclavas, all black clothing, guns in their hands, trying to, you know, tiptoe to, you know, to my door. Yeah. Bearing in mind, yeah, I haven't even tested the Uzi. For all I know, it don't work, but the person I get off, I know they wouldn't do that. Do you know what I mean? So I put it out the window, and nothing happened. Because all it is there was a switch.
Yeah, what man had a
So
Uzi
I
on
take
at
out
this
safety,
point,
yeah.
right?
So I just took it off and just assumed that it would do that, yeah. And I know, and then and from this side I can see Bugsy now. He's got his like, I don't know what he had. It had like a handgun, automatic, but he was
A
just
handgun, an
shooting
automatic
back at
handgun.
them, and I can still hear all the ping, 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 ping.
See what?
So all I've done
An
is there
automatic
was some
handgun.
fucking round thing on top. You know, I'm looking at it and I'm panicking really. Do you know what I mean? I've just pulled that, you know that thing. There's a thing on the top of it. It's like a round knob. You just pull it.
That
When I pull it, I heard it.
go.
It's like, you know, like a selector. So you know, like on a normal handgun, you go.
Got to clock it back.
Yeah, but there was no clocking back. There's a thing on top, like a round circle, and you feel like it's got a spring on it. You pull it back, and that was it. So then I just pull it
On
out
a
the window.
handgun?
Yeah, and I just went like that. And when I looked,
Handgun he's
they
on
were running
about.
now. So where they're running now,
I'm confused.
that's giving
Handgun,
me energy,
really?
innit? So I got out the car, like, you know, no aim, you know, just movie stuff. Just went,
Sprayed it.
yeah, just sprayed it. Like, you can hear it hitting the doors and all the
I'm confused.
yeah.
An automatic
And then-
handgun, eh?
You can hear them, like, you know, coming over the car, like, ping, ping.
Automatic handgun, I mean.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
But that's getting me more excited because I know now I'm in control of what's going on, innit? So I'm just going up the road, saying, yo, stop hiding. You know, like, I'm screaming, come out, you wanna shoot? Come shooting up the place. And then what happened was I saw there was like an old man and a little girl, and they was hiding, you know, by the side of the car. You get me? And then them man, they kept on shooting there. So I don't know what made me do it, yeah. But I just fired the gun in the air and said, I think I said stop or something, and I told them to come across the road because they was trying to get across the road, and I don't know why I done it, yeah. But it was lucky thing I did do it because the judge said,
Did what?
if you didn't do that, you'd have got over 20 today.
Yeah?
So I don't know why you
What?
done it. Obviously, you shouldn't be shooting in the streets. But
What?
he said,
The judge said, oh yeah, you
Care
shouldn't
enough
be
to-
shooting in the streets.
you don't
What?
put your own life at risk for the old man and the little girl.
Lord.
Yeah, but the prosecutor weren't having it. He was saying, nah, the reason he done this is because he does this every day. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a professional, but the judge didn't
What
take
am I
what he said into
hearing?
consideration because he knew a professional gunman and just a guy acting
What
reckless on
am
the
I
street
hearing?
is 2 different things. So, you know, if you're the
Yeah,
latter,
automatic
and
handgun,
you're still trying
judge
to
thanking him for letting off
help
bullets
people,
in London, I
even
doubt
though
it.
you've
man.
created the situation in his eyes, yeah, he said he's gonna keep me, down into consideration. So, yeah, that happened. And then while that happened, the guys ran off, basically. You know, like, they took it as an opportunity to cut out. And obviously now, I'm pumped up. And I haven't really used this thing properly in my mind because there ain't nobody dead. Yeah. I
What?
said to myself, I ain't finished yet. Do you know what I mean? So I phoned a couple other boys I know. They linked me up, and we just started to drive around the whole of, the nightclub scene. the whole of the nightclub scene in South London looking for these guys. So now we're all dressed up, long jackets, bulletproof vests. You know, like we proper linked up and got all of, you know, everything we got together to go and look for these guys. So we drove up to Purley Way. And I've jumped out the car as soon as we got into the car park, and I started putting my head in people's cars, you know, like trying to see who's in the back. Like I could see who's in the front. But it was very rude of what I was doing, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's cars lined up to get into a party.
You know what, you're caring about your manners when you're trying to
obviously they can see what's in my hand and that, innit? Because I'm not hiding it, I've just got it out of my hand.
So you're walking around with a gun?
I'm looking at people's cars, and then there was a little young boy that was with us.
Okay, you're right.
He saw me doing that, he had a gun as well. And he tried to do the same thing, innit? But he was doing the same thing. But then I just heard him scream, Quincy, help me. Thinking, what the fuck? Turned around, and I've seen around 6 guys, you know, like, stamping on him. And I can hear them saying, yo, get his gun, you know, like, they're trying to get it. So once I've heard that, I've run over there, and I've just gone, just like a sweep with the machine. And I heard the same noise, you know, when it hits all the cars and that. And then I've heard someone screaming. So basically, it was one of the guys that was stamping him out. So he's grabbed his gun, and I said, come, let's go.
Right, because that's
jumped in our
easy.
car.
Yeah, he's
in the car behind, so there was a BMW with us, like a 5 Series, and we was in a gold A3. So as I've jumped back in the car with the driver, yeah, no, the young boy's the driver, actually. Yeah, the young boy's the driver. So we got into the gold car. Then there's 3 of my coldies there in the BMW behind me. So Dave went and drove off. Yeah. So what is because I've been doing a bit too much of it. I didn't know how much
bullets you had left.
Yeah. So I looked. But you see, as I looked,
before you
pulled the
popping
thing.
off caps.
It's like I don't
For
know. It's
a
like
while by this time.
I was nervous. Maybe I pushed the trigger slightly by accident, and then the bullet went through.
You'd know about it though. You did it.
You know the dashboard, and the car just conked out. You know, by that time it's all cars, all electrics, isn't it? Just conked out, and conked out. And I'm thinking, bro, what are we gonna do now? Police cars pulled up behind us, yeah, and it's just, you know, it's just got its light on. I don't know how them lot knew, but they just fucking reversed all the way up to us. We jumped out my car, jumped in their car. So now there's 5 of us in this BMW. Yeah, and there's probably around three guns in there now. So we're driving that down Purley Way. I've told the guy to either go left or right, and he's done the opposite of what I said, you know, because he's panicking. So I think he went left, and I said to go right. He went left, so he's gone left. It's like industrial places. So now he's brought us back all the way back, you know, to the party again. Yeah. So as we got to the party, and I remember there's bare police already out there, and every road now that we drive past, there's police. You know, like, so you driving down the road, there's police joining the chase. So I'm driving down that way, down the main road, and there's police on every, you know, side road. So as we drive past them, they're joining in. Yeah. So now there's so much blue, yeah, sirens, yeah, that in the car is blue. Do you know what I mean? Everything is blue. That's how much. It's like they're transporting us somewhere, you know, because they're at the sides, they're on every road, there's helicopters, everything's just flashing blue. So I'm saying to myself, I remember I said to them, I said, how's man gonna get away? And man said they don't know. So I said, bro, I'm not going back to jail, you know. He said, what do you mean I'm not going back to jail, bro? But I said, you know what, bro, I'm gonna shoot. And I remember everyone in the car saying, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. So I just said, bro, how do you think we're gonna get away? He said, we're fucked. Look, there's police down there, there's police behind us, police at the side of us. And no one was talking, so I just put it out the window. I didn't look. I just put it out the window and I just went. I probably done that twice and the magazine was finished. Threw the gun out the window as we were driving. And then my other friend, he had a gun as well. And I said, bruv, you gonna use it or what? And he said, no, he just threw it down on the floor, you get me? So I picked it up, I probably shot around twice of it, and I just let it, just put it back in the footwell. And then we was driving for a little bit, and then the car crashed. And when the car crashed, I was about to jump out, but it crashed into one of them, the fences in the middle of the road. So I was about to jump out, he kind of reversed and got it to, come back out of the thing. So we drived, and then we drive.
Tried
and I felt
fucking calmly, are you
they put them stingers in the road.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
here.
tires.
Yeah, and the wheels felt funny, and then once
I've
the wheels
seen
felt
a
funny, the steering
receipt,
wheel
you
went.
dick.
So as that wheel was going, I jumped out the car. But when I jumped out the car, there was like, the police with the hats on and that, and they had the MP5s. They said, don't move, don't move. But I was so scared, I just ran straight past them. I remember there's other people coming out the car from behind me, so it's like they're kind of more concentrated on them. So I just kept running, and
Right,
you got rows of houses, and then you got the little space for the garden between each houses. I just darted through one of them. And remember dogs. Remember I don't like dogs. So I'm going into this back garden. There's dogs. Yeah. I was so scared. Yeah. I did not even have a chance
just run
to
off from an armed policeman and
jump the
not get
fence.
popped.
Yeah. I ran through the fence. You know them?
Like a cartoon.
Listen, you know them wooden fence that people have in their garden. It's long strips of woods, and they're just wood side by side. Bruv, I ran through that. All you could hear in people's garden was I never had the strength.
Oh, and you were getting shot at too at the same time.
Somehow, I was just going through them. Bam, bam, bam.
Sure
and obviously, that was waking up the dogs.
Like the dogs want to learn or wake already.
A point where there was a big kind of like forest place. Not forest, but just greenery. And I was stuck there, yeah. And the helicopter was going off. And I'm thinking,
right, and you reckon they didn't have sights on you?
I'm gonna get caught here, innit, yeah? Right? And when I was thinking that, I got so scared, bruv, yeah? I had to shit on the floor. I just had to shit there. I couldn't even hold it, bruv. I just remember I just shat. I just pulled my trousers down and just shat in the corner, bruv. That's how I was trembling. Like, I've never been, that scared, because I know what I've come from, I know what I've done, and I can see that they're onto me, innit? But in the, when the helicopter was going round, yeah, there was a long tree, yeah, and I knew I couldn't make it all the way to the other side without that thing getting me. So and not even just that, you see, I'm so scared, my legs are only taking me so far.
Like jelly?
Yeah, like I can only get so far. So like, I'd like to run, but my body is trembling so much I can't. So what I done is, I hid under the tree. For a while. It was a big oak tree, but it was just like positioned so it weren't fully on the floor. Some of it was still up. So I stood under there, and while it was going round for a while, I just stayed lying down. And then when it got, just past me, I ran. And just kind of like ran behind it, and I just kept on running until I ran from Fort and Eve to Crystal Palace. Got in a cab and went straight back to that girl's house. Chilled out, and then nearly everybody in that car got away except for one person. His leg got trapped, he was trying to jump out the thingy bob. So they started phoning me. I was on the run for around 8 days. It's like the worstest days of my life, forget me, because I knew I couldn't turn on the phone to make money, because I knew the feds had the numbers because they arrested my friend. You know what I mean? So
this guy's on another planet thinking.
And then obviously I throw the gun out.
I've got
no gun, but the funniest thing is, the gun ended up back in the car. When I got arrested, I threw it out the window, but then when I got arrested, it was in the footwell. Don't know how that happened, but that's a whole other story. Yeah. So my prints ended up in the Uzi in the footwell with my prints on it. Yeah.
I thought it was all like handgun fire, now it's the Uzi again.
You know what? More than likely, yeah. More than likely. I mean, I wasn't.
So when
I never had gloves.
Yeah. So see when they caught you again, they put that in your possession.
Yeah. So basically, what they've done is they've connected me to the car by saying, we saw you in this car 3 months ago, because they found a receipt in the car.
You shut yourself.
And that car was used
that's your
to
DNA,
get petrol in
by the
Camden.
way.
So they can say that they've tied me to the car already, but
they could connect you to your poop, you know.
what they want to do is tie the gun to the car
And blame you.
and say it was me.
Because you might have had the pull to get somebody else to take the blame, maybe.
Yeah, I could have done all of that in it, but what it was is, when they gave me my 14 years, and based on, remember that story I told you where he would have gave me more than 20?
Yeah.
He said, if they said in my appeal, if I come back to court, they're going to start my sentence again, because they think, that I got off lightly. Even though I got 14 and my Cody's got 10 and 6 years.
That is likely though if you're shooting at the coppers.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? That's 100%. That's a 20 rent, 25 rent.
And the thing about it is, you see, because I had the robberies,
realistic, to be honest.
The robberies in the past, they tried to do a thing called, what was it, 3 strikes and out or 2 strikes and out, you know, because violent offender.
Style,
yeah, but I had to prove,
American,
remember before when I told you
program.
that there was no violence involved in the robberies, but they termed it steaming, so they could get us into Crown Court to give us more sentence. So what they done is they tried to say, this guy's gonna get a life sentence today. Because I know my criminal career and my past, I knew I hadn't touched no one in none of them robberies. So what they done is they read every manuscript for every robbery case I done, and saw that there was no violence in them, and that's the only reason I didn't get life. If there was any violence in any of them robberies, they weren't robberies, they're called steamings. It was a term that they used to class it as robbery. If it wasn't for if I touched any of them people in any of them robberies, I would have got life. But because I knew I hadn't, I was confident of.
How is it now?
To read manuscripts.
Talking about that, how do you feel speaking about that?
About
the shootings and shooting out the window with not looking, especially after taking the old man, the girl, across the road, potentially you shooting out the window, you could have hurt someone. How do you feel that you never hit anybody?
I feel relieved that I didn't hit.
Yeah.
And not just because of it would have stopped me from getting life and changed all my family's life out here, but I didn't plan to kill no police. Like, the only people that I was trying to hurt was the people that was trying to hurt me. Like, I know, and I definitely know that's what I was trying to do. The police just kind of got caught up in my madness. I wasn't out to hurt them or nothing like that. It was just a thing of, I feel that I've been wronged, and I'm out here right now trying to get revenge on the people that have been trying to kill me, and it just so happens that the police just approached me on the wrong day. On any other day, I would have tried to dare do that, but because I was already on this buzz that, like I've been getting chased down for long, and now I'm in control, where I've got the bigger gun and I've seen what they're capable of, I just wanted to kind of rectify me being getting chased down for months. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was no personal vendetta against the police, or it was just me thinking, no, I can't go back to prison. So
you were doing whatever it takes to try and get away.
Not
realising that it's going to make your life worse.
Yeah.
What was your mum saying at this time when you got your 14?
My mum was devastated, innit? Because it's just like 3, 5, 14, and remember at that time, by the time I got my 14, my sister, that Tipsy, he died, didn't he? He got killed. Like, he came out for home leave and they killed him. Do you know what I mean? And then
the same ones that were trying to kill you.
Yeah. And then she actually got another boyfriend, and he got killed too. So that by that time, and me getting my sentence, my mum was just crushed, innit? Like, the whole family's crushed. Obviously, my sister's out there, and she's had to have 2 past boyfriends that have just been killed.
Her brother's doing a leave her.
Exactly. Like, it's a lot. Obviously, they're not with Vincent no more. So it's just like, it's just women by themselves.
And how was he in the whole thing? Did you ever speak to him?
No,
never.
No, he was. You see, like, kind of from when he left my mum, that was kind of the end of anything that could be. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously my mum's been trying to get that relationship for years, and one day she just gathered the strength to do it. Do you know what I mean? So there was never really no talking between us or anything. I've only really talked to him since I've been up. This time, like halfway through.
So what was your family? Yeah. So 14 then. What was life like then when you realised sitting in a dock? 14 years.
40. I thought you meant 14 years of age.
Yeah.
The first. I remember the first thing that I done when they gave me a 14 years. I was because I was in the you remember the Dome Robbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was in the same court cells as them. Do you know what I mean? And some other probably famous shootings that were happening at the time.
Go on, what famous
But I
shootings?
didn't really care. I came in the cell and I just went on my knees.
This guy's going like.
And I said, God, please, don't let this affect me. As in, don't let this, break me. Because remember, I already know how evil prison can be. And then now you're telling me I got to sit in there for a decade. Yeah, I just prayed. I said, please, God, please just don't let this hurt me, affect me. That's it. And I trust everything will be okay. And that was it. I didn't go in anymore. I didn't go in. I just sat down. And
how many
quietly
sentences is he supposed to have done?
felt confident that I would be okay. But only because of that moment with God, I only thought I'd be okay. Like when I asked him, it just made me feel like
makes sense.
he was in
Shooting
my
at
soul.
London police
I don't know. I just
what he says was abusing, but somehow automatically handgun at the same time. Like, come on.
And that was it. I just sat down and I just thought.
You shut yourself.
It's funny like that. I speak to murderers, bank robbers, people with addictions,
but got off.
and when you get to a certain breaking point, you realise, well, what's right, what's wrong. No matter in life, sometimes you can get conditioned where you think it is normal, but we do know right and wrong. But there comes a point where you turn to someone, you just think, this ain't normal. Shooting out cars or murders and robberies, it ain't normal. We there's no guidance, but we look for a higher power, someone to try and guide us and say, look, I'll not do this again if you can just guide me. We all want protected, we're all vulnerable, we're all scared. I can interview the biggest and baddest man on this planet,
they don't even
but I guarantee you will have vulnerabilities. Holding a gun and a knife for me is a vulnerability. That's not a bad man. That's a weakness, and I always say that as their comfort blanket, because you've been bullied mentally, physically, maybe at a younger age. The knife or the gun becomes a protection. I'm going to hold this, please don't hurt me anymore. I will drill fear into you because I know that'll keep you away. But it never really keeps anybody away, because there's always somebody who's wanting to get that reputation coming through the ranks, maybe their stepdad, maybe their father. You were at that age where you were trying to live up to a height, watching the gangster films and thinking I want that life. But looking back, it is a life of fucking misery. It's a life of pain.
And obviously, even when I look at my mum and my sisters, I can see the pain of the life. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. And any little thing happens.
It comes out with a 29-year-old,
it's just like
41-year-old,
it comes back to that 100 times. Like the feelings are different. Any little thing.
The emotion.
Yeah,
that doesn't go away. The same as my mum, she's lost brothers to murder and stuff.
Okay.
The strains there. So what do?
I think one guy did get arrested for what I thought no one did. The 50-year-old was charged with it, shooting at two men. Following a crash. That's probably the same incident that I was on about.
Give me powers.
Because it was the road round
people go, your son's doing amazing.
where I was talking about, I don't want to beat up the road, but
jewellery,
that shooting,
holiday, nothing but that.
It was a former soldier.
Your son's doing.
Hold up. So I've just looked up one of the two shootings that I was on about that happened literally within walking distance. A former soldier. Okay, I didn't realise he was a former soldier. Following a crash. I swear he shot the car though, didn't he? He's charged with shooting at two men. That would be the same incident. I'm sure.
After all the misery it's probably caused you, and other family members have caused you. Do you know
I didn't
what?
realise he got arrested or
I've done
anything,
wrong.
because all I knew about is
I'm going to show you that fucking how much an amazing man I can be, and you always.
He shot at the car, ambushed and shot at by drug
dealers. For me,
dealers.
that's a bad man. For me, somebody that can take the reins and quit addictions and quit bullshitting himself. That's a tough bastard.
I swear I heard
because
on that night.
There comes a stage in your 20s, maybe not your 20s, but maybe your 30s,
and
you start to realise,
on the same road.
I'm in control, it's me making these decisions to fuck up.
Yeah, shot at his car. Let's have a look though. Let's see if he literally shot at the car. He claimed he was actually the victim in an incident and had to speed off from the scene because his life was in danger. This has got to be the same bloody incident for shit sure. What if this British Army guy who got done for this, it would seem, I've never looked it up before, I knew it happened, but what if he literally shot at their car, and I've not even read that, but I'm guessing this is the incident, like I say. What if he was like the victim and had to shoot out of self-defense? I still remember that. Paul Finnegan, rest in peace, told me like when I don't want to go into detail. He was holding 156 grams of cocaine by a drug dealer. And then, okay. Let me just, I'm just reading through this, people. Let's say everyone.
But everybody's got to take responsibility as well.
I'm sure it's just the same.
Do you know what I mean? Even your sister, even your mum, even my mum, even my sister, they've got to take some sort of responsibility.
Not from the same time period,
a lot of people can point blame.
And the fact that the guy speeding off in hints that it was in a car,
so going through all that
and the bullet was shot at a car, like the incident I'm on about, right?
You're a nice guy, you don't. If somebody walked by, if you're
they got CCTV of it.
The shit you actually went through, the shooting who's involved in
gang
murders.
of men armed with weapons, CCTV showed, he was driving through my town to pick up some money from a friend. He pulled over, let's just see if this is the one. He pulled over when he realised he did not have his phone to notify his friends he was coming, and instead began searching for the closest petrol station on his sat-nav. This has got to be the one I'm on about, with a guy on the next road. There ain't been that many shootings on the next road. One person got killed with a gun. But yeah, this has got to be the one, because it's from the same time, and I'm guessing no one got shot, because I heard about the same, like, within the hour of it happening. So the guy, this has got to be the one, shot at the car, right? Let's have a read. Wait, what does it say? Hey, come on, I don't want to accept this nonsense here. You know, I asked you to accept. As he did so, a black Lexus passed him driving really slowly, turned his car around and began driving off. He spotted the Lexus a second time. CCTV showed the vehicle twice bump into the rear of his car. No one down in the pub mentioned that night. Just literally 2-minute walk away before they both came to a stop. Yeah, I remember. Like, 2 men were seen exit the Lexus before Beep drove away from the scene. The defendant told the court this was a drug dealer, claimed to owe money. Having initially managed to drive a short distance away, Beep then briefly stopped his car. I'm sure he shot at the car. That's what we all heard that night. The prosecution's case is that this was to allow him to shoot at the 2 men. He didn't shoot at the men, he shot at the car. He shot the car. I remember, man. Was to allow him to shoot at the 2 men with a cartridge case. A cartridge case later being recovered from the boot of his vehicle. Beep, though, told the court he stopped to get a glimpse of his attackers. Bro, everybody around here was in... who knew of a certain lifestyle, we all knew that you popped at the car. Well, one party shot at the other one's car, I know that. Beep said, I never had a gun, my hands were on the steering wheel, I did not see the face, it was hard to work out, Saw a movement, then I checked and saw a person running in black. I looked up and saw him coming at me with something in his hand. I did not see what it was at the time. Everything was just crazy. Brother, everyone around here knows a bit better the story what happened. I was about to be attacked or cut up. My life was in danger. I would not make up a story about that. My life was in danger. I could believe him on that much. You do not know these people. The person that shot at me, I didn't see their face. If I had, I would have told the police this guy shot me. Eh? I was shot at by that individual on that night. People, honestly, I do know better grasp of what happened, but you know. I stopped to speak to him and exchange insurance details. That's not the truth. And they ambushed me. There might have been some ambushing, or whatever, but I don't want to talk to the top of it. Beep also claimed witnesses testifying against him in court were lying to the court. The whatever-year-old, I won't name too much, is charged with attempted murder, possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life, possession of a prohibited firearm, and possession of ammunition without a firearm certificate. Look, at the end of the day, I don't believe he shot their car, which I ain't even put that in the press report, but trust me, that night, there's a couple of us who know what happened. Which party was which, I can't say for sure. But a bullet went into the other one's car. I'm guessing this one getting charged and effed up for it. I'm guessing, well, who's to say he wasn't in fear? Maybe that's why, well, it says 2 guys were shot at. I'm guessing there was 2 guys in the other car then, and he put a bullet into their car. I know that he put a bullet into their car, because that night, I remember. So, and what if he really was scared? Like, and what, the other 2 get off scot-free? I don't believe they were purely innocent, I really don't. He denies all offences, the trial continues. I need to search up more info on this, because the idea that some bloody ex-military guy shot at their car for no reason, it don't even say that. In this, it makes out that the guy has been rammed into, which in itself tells you that he was getting attacked, doesn't it? The fact that his car got rammed into an ambush twice. Can you blame him for pulling out his gun? Because I can't. How come the others have got off with this? Really? How does that happen? It makes me sick, man, how certain things get twisted. So this ex-military bloke was ambushed 2 times. They've smacked into his car. What do you expect him to do? If he can't drive away without getting his, car smashed in? How come they ain't getting in trouble for smashing into his car twice with their vehicle? What, is it that big a deal that he used a gun to shoot at their car? They'd already hit him twice with their car. Both of them are weapons, whether you use your car to hit someone or your gun. How come this guy gets the massive sentence? He was being attacked. What was he supposed to do? Shh. Anyway, at least I'm sure that's a situation that, one of the situations I was on about that happened just a little short walk away. And in a minute I'll look up the one who got shot to dead, like unalived, just up the road. That's a separate incident, pretty much. Well, that was a couple of years ago as well. But yeah.
Sitting down with the glasses.
Yeah, just
what the hell was the guy supposed to do?
Yeah, another day you just think, who's that?
Yeah. How was your reputation though? Because that was all over world news. That was all over the papers. People were shooting.
There's more gun crime happened round the corner. Shots fired. Eh? Just 2 months ago. I never heard that. Several shots were fired into the front of a home round the corner. How much gun crime is around it? Yo, my American people who check in. Like I told you, there's a lot of, well, I said there's a lot of guns. I didn't realise there was this much gun crime in the local area though. Jeez.
Is at the police, especially on news, it's one of the biggest guns out there.
It was, you see people treat you different. Do you know what I mean? So
I know that.
And like I said, it's not even.
But there's a lot of bent cops, a lot of crooked cops.
Did that stroke your ego?
And they're after blame for a lot of shit.
Definitely at the time. Definitely at the time. Because remember the place that you're in. In the place that you're in now, we're in dispersal prison. There is no time for weakness. So it's something like that.
Several shots were fired into the
It's part of your aura that gets you through.
Eh?
You can't really knock it in that place. Do you know what I mean? Because no one don't want to hear anything about softy. Everyone just, if you're not tough, you're not hard, you'll be a victim in them places. It's that simple. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, I've been used to being that way because of prison. and of being controlled.
About
I know
Millionaires Row
how it
around
feels
here.
to be
You
controlled,
know that,
how
ain't
to
it? What?
rebel against
Someone
being
got
controlled.
shot dead on Millionaires Row.
So-
Where the hell's that in my area?
If I'm hearing something like that and people respect it, and it helps
I know
you
about gun
be
crime,
more
not so much
controlled.
this Millionaires
it's
Row.
come back down to control of
It's
my
a
environment
personal
because you've heard I've done something like that. At that time, I'm not
That's not
I'm
even
not gonna
far away. That's like a
saying,
5
oh, I
minute
didn't do
walk.
that. Even
to
though I'm
this
not saying I did do it.
one.
Obviously, you already know I done it. But I'm not going to be going around and trying to change your perception of me.
A delivery
that I'm a nice
driver
guy.
shot
Like, the
2
guy that's
men
nice
round
and
there
that
and
you don't
all.
respect him, he'll get
How
robbed
much
and
gun
his
crime's
tent
in
will be
this
taken from him.
area?
Do you know what I mean?
So you're in Cat A?
Yeah, I was in Cat A.
This
I was,
is getting
I was
messy.
I was a Cat A for
No,
I was
really,
a Cat A
it is.
for probably around 7 years. So what happened to me was
I don't think
Uh,
all the deliveries
when I
around here
went to
no more.
prison
Then
the
if people are
first
getting
time,
shot so
I
regular
went
by
to a
them.
place called. No, I remember I told you I went to Ellsbury, but I met this guy Sinbad, and bearing in mind, yeah, I have been abandoned. You know, when I was younger, yeah.
What are they?
So you know,
Chop,
if you're abandoned when you're younger, you're always looking for something to connect to, innit? Something to be a part of.
Not necessarily.
So he used to get people used to bully him, yeah. And I've really never ever liked bullies and that. Do you know what I mean? I've always standing up for the people because I can. Do you know what I mean? So what was it? So I started to hang around with him, so people didn't bother him. But then when he done that, when I was doing that, he started to introduce me to something called Islam. Yeah. So he's
Something
doing that now.
called Islam.
So obviously
What?
for them few
Really
years
religion, right?
to I was say around 17. So I was like one of the first people, black boys in the prison system to be.
Bro,
Muslim,
another
yeah.
one's been took hostage
When
near
when I
near
became
where I
it,
am right now. Are you
no
joking?
one else wasn't. Yeah, no one else wasn't Muslim. Wasn't cool to be Muslim.
Well,
or
there's
anything.
I
people
want
saying
to
to
move
you, doing that.
Arians. I
Who
don't
doing
want to
that
have
for,
to,
man?
It's like when a weirdo.
Yeah, it's not even your religion. You're just I don't know why you're following the Asian man for da. And then obviously because I'm
Not every Asian is
hard-headed,
Muslim.
I started to be because obviously when you go to the mosque and that, and remember there are things about love and that, you know, like proper Muslims, not these other. There's through prison. I've found out there's been two types of people. There's people
What
that
do you
are
mean,
really
like
Muslims,
good
and there's
Muslims
people
and
that
bad
claim to be
Muslims?
Muslims.
You
Yeah,
get
there's
good
people that are
Christian and
Muslims,
bad
but obviously
Christian.
struggle with certain things. So there's three types.
Maybe still drinking.
Yeah. So, but they still pray 5 times a day. They still try, and at the end of the
You
day,
get out of any religion.
that's the most you can do, innit? Especially if you, like you said, you know what's wrong
Doesn't
or right.
mean you're a
You
good
can only
person.
try, innit? Yeah. So
With
For
any
sure, man.
religion.
yeah,
Make mistakes,
all the time. Yeah. So because of when I'm going to the mosque and it's all love, and the wrong people are not involved in Islam at this stage in prison. Yeah, it's just if you are really a
I
Muslim.
really didn't know there was
Do you know what I mean? Like your family and
a
stuff
couple
like
minutes
that.
away from my
Been
home
born into
growing
it's
up.
more probably just Asian people in
I
the
know,
mosque.
obviously, a few
Yeah.
incidents,
But when I
but
come there and
I've never
you
bothered
know
to
the amount of
Google
love
it
they're
before.
showing you in that, yeah, that makes you feel love.
Was that the first you'd ever felt that? Properly?
Yeah, really. Do you know what I mean? Because even
I
the
know
friends I grew up
arms are
with, the guys
available,
on the
but
street,
like, I didn't
they
realise
didn't love
that
me.
many
Do you know
people
what I mean?
were
They
letting
didn't
them
love
Yeah,
me
they
at all.
used to.
Yeah, they didn't love me at all. Like I see it through all the work. You know what I mean?
I've
Like
just
the man that I
found
grew up
out.
in Brixton and they call we were in
No
gang
one
and all that.
thinks
They
to
weren't my
Google
friends.
it,
Do
did
you know
they,
what I mean?
really?
And that's why now I have no problem with not even
I heard
having
about
dealing
some of
with
these
it.
incidences.
Like, I don't have no problem about it at all because I done 10, nearly 15, no, around 15 years in
No
prison.
visits.
But
No
this
visits, so
guy here,
I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? It's not a
God,
problem.
his
Do you know what I mean?
stories
But
have been just
like I
that,
said,
stories.
when I was going to the mosque, the amount of the love felt genuine, and it was. I know it was. Do you know what I mean? But now because of that, because now I feel like that's my family. I have now become a protector of our setup.
Again,
Do you get what I'm saying? Because now this is my thing, innit?
Right?
So I was serious about what I was involved in. Yeah, like there weren't no
It's a gang,
there
but
weren't
not
no,
a religion that you on about it, to be honest.
extremist stuff or nothing like that. I'm just about these are my brothers and
Brotherhood. gang.
Getting love.
Yeah, love.
Did you have to forgive your past? Did you have to ask for forgiveness?
Yeah, to do all of that.
Because you're very calm now.
Yeah, I know that you've been forgiven as well. Do you know what I mean?
Were you like, what was your state when you were younger?
I wasn't calm then.
Were you not?
I was hype. I was very
hyper.
hyped. Yeah, I was very hyped. Yeah. So obviously through that sentence, I was in the fold of Islam, and then when I came back out, I never had Islam in my head. Do you know what I mean? I just came back out, started smoking, started drinking, and within my community, that at that time, like I said, it wasn't cool to join Islam or anything like that. So Islam wasn't even a big thing in my community. So it's not like nowadays.
So it's about what religion or whatever's cool for you.
You can go into the community full of Muslim brothers and people who still want to help you, and but there weren't none of that. Do you know what I mean? So I just came out and just went straight back to what I know: the drugs, the road, girls, etc. So I done that. Went back to prison. Came back out. In prison, I was still Muslim. And when I came out, I never done anything to do with Muslim. And then I got arrested for the 14 years. Yeah, the 14 that we talk, like the stage where we're at now. So now, where we're at that stage now, it seems like a new wave has happened, and there's lots of people who are becoming Muslims. Yeah.
So it's a trend then.
And that's good. But I realise it's only good as long as the people that have got the right intentions, who are joining.
Yeah.
And what I started to see
Sounds like man's on
the
about
time I was in
gang more
prison
so
is
than a religion, to be
like,
honest. And
a lot of people say they're doing it for food as well.
They're doing it for protection.
There are people
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so we got people who are rapists
the
now
wrong reasons,
coming to prison saying, "Oh, I'm Muslim," and now everyone has to leave him alone. Do you know what I'm saying? And that guy who's saying that he's a snitch, but now man has to leave him alone. Do you get what I'm saying? So I could see I was around a lot of people who were using Islam for their own benefit, like as a crutch, like to get through prison. Yeah. So obviously, like I said, when I came out of prison, my mind was never on Islam. But when I was in prison, it seemed like I was. But at those two times when I was in prison, I didn't need no one to protect me. I was in control wherever I was.
You were doing it for change?
Yeah, I was doing it because I felt like, this felt good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It made me feel good when I was praying. It gave me some kind of strength. Yeah, it gave me something that I didn't have before. Yeah, so it wasn't nothing to be protected because I didn't need protecting. So when I got to that stage now, I was in there. I was still going to mosque and that, but then I started realising, you see on my KA reports, they kept on saying, "Oh, yeah, part of the Muslim boys." Part of the Muslim, like part of the gang. And I've never ever saw myself
it was a gang.
because like I said, I came into the religion with the right intentions. So I never ever saw myself as no Muslim gang. I don't know what.
Maybe you
were
part of a certain
security
gang
mind standpoint
that happens to
and
be
making
all
notes.
Of the same religion. So
maybe them guys you're talking about over there, maybe they are Muslim, the Muslim boy gang. But because I talk to them, doesn't mean
your association.
I'm Muslim gang.
But no matter what,
because I never needed to have a gang except for when I was growing up.
But no matter what in prison, if you're shooting at news at coppers, if you've been in the system since you're 12, they ain't going to see you.
They're adding it up. So that's what you've got to our gang. So even though I'm looking at it like that, they're looking at everything. Like you said, from 12.
Fighting the screws,
anti-authority. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, Muslim, and now how we're looking at Muslims in prison because we know that in prison they're getting what's it called, radicalized.
Because he is chatting shit.
And maybe you got the potential to be extremist or maybe make it even big in that gang and stuff like that. That's how they're looking at it. Do you know what I mean? So
which is understandable as well.
Which is understandable. It's definitely understandable, and I get it now. But when I'm suffering it, I'm just pissed off.
Making you anti-authority again.
Exactly. So anyway, that was happening. Yeah, that was happening, and I was just thinking, I want parole, but I don't think they can give it to me because I'm looking at the reports that they're writing for me, and I'm thinking no parole-minded person in their mind's gonna give me parole. But anyway, that went past.
Yeah, no one who's actually
And everything
shot
was fine.
coppers with an
And
Uzi
then
could even get parole.
7/7,
especially not
you know,
quickly.
the bombing.
Yeah.
That happened, didn't it? Yeah.
Really though.
And I don't know why, yeah, but it's just like, to me, I felt like, you know, when I watched all the stuff on the news and that, I felt like whoever done that threatened my family. Do you understand? Because I'm thinking, my mum could be in the bus. My sisters.
Yeah, that's your
my
home
daughter.
city, yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, like, I know people have a lot of things to say about my views and how I see things, yeah, but you know what, yeah? I like to deal with the reality and facts. So people like to say, oh yeah, but you're from here and you're from there. Most of what you're talking about, yeah, like you can know you're from Scotland, you got a Scottish accent, yeah? Where they want to say I'm from, I don't have them accents. Do you get me?
What is this man
I
on
know that
about?
I'm born here. Do you know what I mean? And when I look at all the
We can tell from your accent you're a
madness that
bloody
I've done,
British guy, London.
and I'm still allowed
Yeah,
to be
it's
sitting here
London.
now talking to you, yeah, I feel like that's great. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like that's great. So there's no need for me to be mad with where I come from. I only can get mad at where I come from when if I start believing that person's story that I'm really from over there or I'm really from over there. I don't feel like I need to be angry. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I feel like the place I was born has allowed me to do so much mistakes and still turn my life around. Yeah? Not everyone can think like that. But because I think like that, I can appreciate where I'm from and what it's done for me. Like I've like all these things I've learned in the next country, I might not be able to learn. I might have just gone through it and either died, got an electric chair, or something messed up. But I've been allowed because of the way the country's set up to be able to still prosper after all of that. Yeah. And I think that's great, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Exactly.
You're learning from your mistakes.
Exactly.
I don't care. I'm not a religious man. I believe in higher power, but
Yeah.
there's people on the show who turn to Christ,
Yeah.
turn to Islam, and they're doing great. See if you're not hurting anyone, or not forcing your views on anyone.
Exactly.
Do what you want.
Exactly.
If it's helping you become a better person,
Exactly.
if it's keeping you out of prison, if it's
Exactly.
stopping you taking crack or alcohol,
Exactly.
then do it.
So I've tried to understand who I am,
Yeah.
not who someone wants me to think I am.
Did you ever do therapy?
Yeah, I done therapy. I done therapy in prison and when I first got out. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me.
All that
I used
thought was
to
that.
suffer from stomach aches.
Big up for
That's
those
what I
likes,
was holding on
thumbs
to all
up.
your
Yeah, we used to go
Pain.
to the doctors, they couldn't find nothing wrong with me. And after 3 counselling sessions, I just felt it just leave my body.
The trauma, the pain, the
Because when
misery.
I was young, I never used to talk. I should just act. Someone said something, you know, there's no talking about it, it's just acting. And I just keep it all bottled up. But that was because obviously your parents teach you, innit?
You do a lot of
Don't talk.
a lot of crying at therapy.
We'll move on sooner.
Is that tears?
No. The crying at therapy only happened when I got out. When I was doing it inside, tears never came to me. Do you know what I mean? It's when I come out. You know, because it was just
like after the session,
I've come out
have
of it.
you dig through your...
You know, like when you're in there, even though I'm doing therapy, I still got the mask on.
Of course.
Because you're in there.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? When I came out of here, they banned me for London for 2 years and I stayed in Manchester.
Why? Because
That
you
sounds
gunfight.
like nonsense again,
Because
you know.
before I come out, they had Osman warnings on my life. Like I was in a DCAT and I was working in a place called the Galleries of Justice.
You
And,
what? You were in Cat D after using an
when I was
Uzi on
working in there,
cops.
there's a
And
museum.
somehow
you know,
only doing 10 years.
They said
Come
that there
on.
were threats on my life. Yeah. But I don't believe them. Because I was about to get parole. And because I'm in a DCAT already, I believe
You will never
If I
be in
got
a
my parole,
Category D jail
when I come out,
after
there'll be no restrictions
blasting
on
an
me because
Uzi
I've
at
already proved
police.
myself in the
Somehow
community.
getting off with that after
Do
he
you get what I'm saying? So what they done is,
He said he
they
shot
said there's
himself
been
in the
threats to
sea
my
and
life.
they'd get him on the
And they took
DNA
me out
from
of
that.
DCAT, put me back in the CCAT, yeah, and then when
It's
my parole
fucking
came up,
nonsense,
they
man.
still said, obviously, he's in CCAT, innit, so he ain't been proven in the community, so my parole got knocked back. And if you give an Osman warning, they're supposed to come and tell you, you know, X,
So
Y,
you've got to
Z.
sign it as well.
Up to now, I ain't signed nothing, and they ain't spoke to me. They just told the prison that, and the prison moved me out, the prison put me back. So,
He talks nonsense though.
I don't even believe
Just an
there was
excuse to
any
take
threat.
it back.
Yeah, just an excuse to take it
Yeah.
back, because I was about to go to university as well.
And do what?
Why you not do that instead?
Something and tourism. What goes with tourism?
Travel.
Travel and tourism. Like the person
on.
that I used to work
You
for in
know
the National
that.
Bureau of Justice, he was like the head on the board of the Nottingham thingy, but when he got me a place in there, and then it was like 2 weeks until I start college. So if I would have had that, and I'm in a DCAT and I'm going university, I'm getting parole.
Yeah, because
And
you're
then,
doing good.
and then you can't you can't tell me about, oh, I need to do this and do that, because I've already proved it already that I'm alright, that's how I'm in the DCAT.
Yeah.
And they didn't want that, so.
So the last 9 years you're out, free man, living life, you've worked on yourself mentally.
Yeah.
How have you been the last 9 years adapting to society again?
Well, like I said, the first 2 years was hard, but it was the best thing. Because, like you said before, when you go into certain situations and there's no expectation of you, as in the reputation or anything.
I can't even pretend I believe the majority of his story. I just can't.
And I found when I was in Manchester, I kind of grew. Because all the thoughts that I had inside myself in prison, when I came out, I was allowed to get stronger in my thoughts that I could achieve them. Like every time I've been in prison before, you could have good intentions and good thoughts in your brain, but when you come back out and go straight back into that pot, they all get wiped out of your brain. You kind of go with what is going on now. And when I came to Manchester, all the scripts and all the books and all the literature and the songs I wrote, when I'm up there and I got no one to really see, even though my family was there, but there was another side of Manchester where I was in Newton Heath. You go back into that side and start, going in your books and reading things, and you start making phone calls and telling people your ideas, and then there's a meeting, and then it's like, yeah, that stuff that you believed in at the time, you can really make it happen, and you can start seeing results where if I would have went straight to London, I wouldn't have went in my bags. All I would have done is probably linked someone and kind of got caught up in what they were doing. Because it would have seemed like what they're doing is more important, because right now nothing can get on for me. Do you know what I mean? So where I sat down with my work, and then obviously the probation was helping me, I was telling her things that I wrote and they're telling me to go over there, telling me to go and meet that person. And then one time I even went to the university down Manchester and just told them about my life. Once I done that, they paid me for it. Yeah. And they said, yeah, they want to see me again. So I done a few of them. And then after that, they said that probation officers want to hear my story. So I went to new probation officers before they joined probation, told them my story. I see a couple of them crying and stuff like that. And then they sent me to some place in Manchester where the gun police are to give them my story. You see when I went in there? See when I went in there, yeah.
Were you nervous?
I've never been so scared in my life. Like I was sitting down in this hall, like it was like a court already, the way the court halls are. Yeah. And they said, they said, yeah, just sit there. And I'm probation officer, just sit there. I was sitting there, and I was thinking, raw. And they brought me through this door, bruv. Forget mean mugs in the ghetto. Bruv, see when these guys are looking at me, yo, bro.
You could feel it.
I could feel it. Yeah. Because they take it personal.
Of course, it's a family, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. They take it serious. So when I walked in there, I was like, this is the most nervous I've ever. Remember before when I'm giving the university, I was thinking, yeah, man, this is. I can do this. Yeah, it's my life, innit? I just spin it off. Yeah. You get me? Then when I went in that room, and it was a small room as well, it's right, no bigger than this, and there was just like 3 chairs. Some of them didn't want to sit down. Some of them was
arms folded.
Yeah. They was just looking at me, and then obviously I just started. Bruv, you know when I finished? They all went, and they shook my hand, yeah? And that day I cried. That day I cried, not in front of them. Like I sat down and the finger with them and thought, wow, imagine that.
Yeah, I'm doing something with my life.
Yeah,
and that's the power. That's the power of life and
couldn't believe it,
making changes and making progress and learning from your mistakes. And I say it all the time, but
I've never told no one that, by the way. You know that
you can learn. Mate, that's powerful. To being the bad man, shooting Uzis, drugs, losing family members and friends to murder, suicide, overdose, all the usual suspects in that life. To then speaking in front of the screws and getting a round of applause.
Armed police.
Yeah.
Armed police.
Do you know what I mean?
What are they called again? I forgot what they called.
Armed response.
Yeah, no, they had a name. Excalibur. That's what they call that Manchester, Excalibur.
But they can learn from you as well.
No, 100%.
And we grew up in an environment, I was grew up to fucking hate the police, hate them. Snitches get put in ditches mentality, hate them. And again, who's the first people if someone goes missing or your kids or the house gets broken into.
Police you phone.
They are doing their job, do you know what I mean? And if you're in the life of crime, you fucking hate them because they can put you away.
Exactly.
A lot of people, it's deeper than that.
Like, I think out of everything I've done, that was the most bravest thing I've ever done in my life.
Did that kick you on?
After that, they started bringing me to the town hall and that, to help with,
a lot deeper.
you know, with youth preventions. And obviously I was doing that, and then obviously I just moved back to London because I realised that what I needed to do, I can't really do up here.
How did you get accepted coming back to London? Was your life still in danger, or trying to change your life is difficult as well, isn't it? Because your conscience kicks into play all the bad shit that you've done.
Yeah, forget about what could be. It's that stuff you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what holds you back. Do you know what I mean? But
what?
In my community,
What?
I've never grown up fearful because of my stepdad. You know, like in that surrounding.
But money
Like I could go somewhere else
right?
and be fearful. Do you know what I mean? And get the adrenaline rush. But in that area there,
In what I believe
I've never ever felt like I've needed to be scared. You know, because I've always had the protection from him, and then obviously the protection of who people think I am.
Has anybody ever tried to take him out before?
Yeah, of course. But
this is a scary thing. If we get the baddest man on the street or the city, you do bad shit because you think you're always untouchable. But as soon as the head of the snake gets cut, it always comes top for you.
Always.
And I've seen that happen many times.
Definitely. So when I came back, and then obviously, you know, when I come back, and obviously I'm just walking the streets, innit, at this time, innit, like, I haven't got a driving license, do you know what I mean? So I'm just walking, and obviously every car that goes past, do you know what I mean? And then when you're seeing people, they're saying, what's that little saying that used to get me paranoid all the time? Yeah, be safe, bro, be safe. I do, you know,
Yeah.
Be safe, bro, be safe. I think, what do you mean by that? I started asking them, what do they mean by that? No, I'm just saying, bro, just be safe. But you remember, like you said, because of the things that's going on in my mind,
I don't know,
I'm thinking, so
maybe
around the first probably 2-3 years, like even if you watch some of my interviews when I first come out, the guys looking at me on the road and I'm going like that. You know, every car that passes, I'm like that. And it's not like it's natural.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just looking like that. You can just see me like, answering the questions, but just looking around because what I've been led to believe, even though like I didn't get the Osmond warning, and obviously a couple of my friends have died, should I be out here? But I'm thinking to myself, I'm not gonna go and hide in Manchester and not become all I can be, because I knew I had plans. And then as soon as I started to apply myself, I saw things changing, and that just gave me more confidence. And then the more I started to change people's perception of me, the more my life started to feel better and start to get easier. Where before, people were wary of you and standing next to me.
They don't believe you either, though.
Yeah, I know.
Changing. When you go through a change,
a lot of us, mate, we don't believe you.
Tell everybody that you've changed, I've changed, but then there comes a point and goes, you know what, fuck
You know
everybody
this
else.
guy's story that just
Actions speak louder
sounds
than words. This is what I'm doing. You don't know what's round the corner, brother. We don't know what's
No one does.
We don't know. It's about, do you know what? I'm not going to live in fear. And you'll tend to see that's when you become a tough man. Is when you fear those. Not when you're holding the gun or shooting a noose out a window and not looking, taking a shit.
That's when you are scared, actually. When you're shooting.
That's when you're
scared.
People think that's when you're out of practice. But the toughest one is the one who can learn from the mistakes, who can understand, I don't need this life. That sicky feeling you've had in your belly for 30 odd years, and then it goes because you're not holding on to that anxiety, that pain, that you're not good enough anymore. But everybody's got goodness in them, greatness in them.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So, plans for the future, my brother?
Well, like I said, basically, when I came out, I had all these dreams and that.
We wanted to write a book on
what I done is, I
BS.
started to make music, but
It's got to be starting to make money off of this bullshit story.
You know,
Whether parts of
people
it are
I know
true or
from the
not, a lot of it's
community,
bullshit.
you know, like in music videos and that with me, and I just thought to myself, because I know my community well, I know some of these people have got more to offer than just standing up in music videos, innit? You know, because I know their characters and that. It doesn't matter if they got money or they're broke. They got this, you know, this star quality about them. So I said to myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back, do some writing, and I designed the drama series. And none of these people in the drama series are actors.
All raw talent.
Yeah, they're all just people that I know you. I remember how when you was young, you used to be funny or used to be, you know what I mean? You got away with words and I just put them all in the drama series. And they wanted to keep their names, yeah, you know, so for their little Instagram and their socials. Yeah, so we done all of that, kept their names, and I kept the script loose because I didn't want to say this. Just say it the way I want you to say it. I want you to put your personality on it. So I kept it. I'll give you the guidelines. I'm trying to get from A to B to C. But I need you to say this, but just say it in the way you want to say it. Or say it in your style, or put your personality on it. And then we just finished the 3rd season, and I'm finishing the 4th season right now. Yeah.
Where can people watch this?
On Sky, channel 186.
That's brilliant.
Younger TV, yeah, they just put it on. So the 5th episode in from the 1st series. It's on Younger TV. And if you don't know what Younger TV is, you can just go to I got a page called Real Life TV UK. The link's in the bio, so you can just go straight through either to the YouTube or you can just watch it on Sky.
What about your own social media for people who want to get in contact?
Mine's official _ Quincy _ Thwaites. Yeah.
Can't say about your story or nothing like that.
I control both of those. I follow the Real Life TV UK and Quincy Paxman. And not Quincy Paxman, that's what I used to be called. Yeah, when I was doing interviews.
The realists.
Yeah. So Quincy official _ Quincy _ Thwaites. Yeah, that's just like my name.
What about Twitter, Instagram? Have you got any of that stuff?
That is Instagram.
Yeah, so that's Instagram.
Yeah, that's Instagram. Yeah, Twitter is Cosmo Medici, but that is
Alright.
I don't want to confuse anyone with all the names. Just go to Quincy official _ Quincy Thwaites on Instagram.
Big love.
Everything's there. Got in touch.
But big love. We'll be back soon, yeah? Realize Bars team channel, yeah? REALEYESBARS. That's just the real, the eyes, the bars. Put up together. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Big up for them thumbs up, that love, as said. Sub up. And yeah, hopefully within half hour, who knows, within an hour, it might be later on, but see you soon. Take care, people.